Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Closet Confections. I'm your host, Kendra, and today I'm spilling all the tea on the clothing that I've gotten from SHEIN.com. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with SHEIN and have not been bombarded with their ads on Facebook and Instagram for 99-cent dresses, okay, maybe 99 cents is a bit of an exaggeration, but their clothes are pretty darn cheap. But for those of you who are not familiar, SHEIN is an online fast fashion retailer based in China who sells cheap clothing, or as we like to say around here, inexpensive. So what prompted me to do this review is the fact that I was doing my summer spring wardrobe switch, and as I was putting my things away, I realized that I have quite a few pieces from SHEIN, and I thought that this would be an awesome time to review them because for the most part, everything that you're going to see I've had for a year, if not 2 years. So I can really give you the good, the bad, and the ugly about the longevity of the clothes, the quality of the pieces, and how much wear I actually wound up getting out of them. So just a few pointers, if you guys aren't familiar with the site, things that help me choose the right items. For the most part, I would say that the pictures are pretty accurate on the site. Like, I have maybe a couple times been surprised at the fabric, like how it actually feels, but in terms of how the pieces actually look, the site is pretty useful. One thing that definitely helps me for sure is to look at the reviews. So you can filter reviews based on pictures that customers actually upload to the site. I find that you can sort of filter by people who wear the same size as you. So if you want to see how this piece looks on an extra small versus an extra large body, you can do that. And I find those reviews to be very, very helpful. Also, too, they tend to have a lot of reviews because they give discounts for future purchases if you leave a review, and you get bonus points if you leave a picture as well. In terms of sizing, I find that the clothing at SHEIN runs pretty true to size. Maybe some things are a tad on the smaller side. For the most part, everything that I'm going to show is probably an extra large. Occasionally, I have been able to get into a large, and sometimes I might even size up to a double XL if, I notice that the reviews say that a garment is a bit tight. So in general, I would say that you could trust the reviews, especially the pictures that people upload of themselves wearing the clothes. I mean, those pics don't lie. And without further ado, let's get into the outfits. All right, and first up we have this gorgeous romantic wrap style top. This is probably one of my first purchases from SHEIN and definitely one of my favorites. I wore this thing to death. This is definitely like a staple piece in my wardrobe, and I usually just wear it like I have it styled here with a pair of like black ponte pants, and this is just a pair of flats slides that I got from J. Crew. So in terms of quality, like I said, I have worn this piece a lot. I think when I first got it, I was wearing it probably weekly for the first couple of months that I had it. So it's held up beautifully. The color is great. It's made out of like a thicker material. So you can see here, one thing I don't like, it's not lined. So you can kind of see this wrap where the fabric folds over. You can kind of see that here, but that doesn't really bother me too much. I typically wear it with a different bra. This is not the best bra, but in general, I like it a lot. So this wrap goes around twice. If you have a smaller waist, you could probably even get away with making a bow here. And I love this little ruffle detail. And the sleeves are nice and voluminous, but it's also like a drop sleeve. So I love that detail. The material, it's kind of this like scuba material. So if you've ever had things like that, it's thick and it's stretchy. And I like it. It definitely doesn't feel like a cheap top. This might have been, it was definitely under 20 bucks. I'll put links to everything that's still available, but I love it. This is definitely one of my favorite purchases. This is definitely a winner. All right, this next piece might look familiar if you watched my winter coats video that I did a few months ago. But it's this beautiful, gorgeous check plaid cape. I love this piece. I don't wear it often enough, but I love it. So in terms of quality, it's made of like this flannel material. It's not the thickest, but it's perfect for those like fall days when it's not like super chilly. I would say you could probably wear this definitely when it's like 50 degrees. It's a great piece. I tend to run hot, so I could probably even wear it when it's like in the 40s with like a good sweater underneath. But here we have it. I just wore it with the same Ponte pants from earlier, some black ponytail flats from J. Crew, and then this like ribbed gray turtleneck. I'm not sure where I got this turtleneck from. I have no idea. But anyway, I love it. It ties in this little bow at the top, which is great. So again, in terms of quality, the material, it's kind of similar to like a flannel blanket. It's thicker than like a flannel shirt. It's not lined on the inside. So I would say it's probably equivalent to wearing like a really big scarf. So if you know those like thick, like I call them apple picking or pumpkin picking scarves that you see like all over Pinterest anytime it's fall. It's kind of like that material. So again, if it's like 50 degrees, this would definitely keep you warm. But anything like less than that, you know, if you layer, you could probably wear it down to like 40 degrees. I'm from Michigan, just a little caveat. So if you're from Florida, yeah, just stay with 50 degrees and up. But I love this little bow, and I just think it's just like such a fun piece. This looks super classy. I think that they have this in tons of different patterns. They have plaids. I might get another one for the holidays this year, but that's like way down the road. But yeah, I like it a lot. I had another cape from SHEIN. Unfortunately, I packed it in storage already, but I will pop a picture up. That one's more of a cape style dress. So that piece I love a lot. It's a little tricky to wear. I wish I had left it out for you guys so I could show you. But once I figured out how to like, you know, tie it and zhuzh it and have the right garments on underneath, I really love that piece. So yeah, I would say SHEIN capes are a good buy, definitely. So if you have stuck around my channel or my Instagram for any length of time, then you know that I am a sucker for overalls. They are definitely a staple in my mom wardrobe. So these, in terms of actual fit, this is probably one of my favorite pairs. Like, I think the fit is very flattering. That being said, there are a few things that I don't like. So I mentioned this before, this de-stressing on the front, I'm not a big fan of. I actually bought some dye with the intent of just dyeing these just like jet black all over and kind of covering up these spots, but I'm not really crafty and I didn't got time for that, so I just deal with it. Now, in terms of quality, so this denim is like, you know, it's a nice thick substantial denim. It has a lot of stretch, which I think is part of the reason why I like the fit so much. They're like not tight, but they're figure flattering, because like, you know, overalls can have you looking like a farmer, but these don't do that. I think they show off my curves nicely. But one thing that was kind of a bummer for me is that one of the buttons popped off. So yeah, pretty early on. I think now, to be fair, I wear these a lot. Like, I probably wore these like once or twice a week for months on end. This is kind of like an all season piece in my wardrobe. So except for like the hottest summer months, I will wear these all year round. So that being said, one of the buttons did pop off, and I tried to sew it back on, but you can't really do that with denim like rivets. So I went on Amazon because I lost the original button, and I found a rivet that kind of somewhat matches, not exactly with the other buttons, but I don't know, unless you're like staring at my hips, I don't think you would notice. And I was able to just use like a hammer and like put that back on here. So, you know, all's well. I might stitch up this hole a little bit more, because sometimes if I'm not careful and I bend over the wrong way, this button will come undone. I'm really selling these overalls, right? But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna get another pair of these overalls if they have them in stock. Maybe even a different color, because I do like the fit quite a bit. I love the fit, actually. So there you have it. The next dress I was very pleased with and got a ton of wear out of last summer. I love this dress. I keep saying that about everything. I love my clothes, so yeah. Anyway, clothes just make me happy. Cute clothes make me happy. And this dress definitely fits that bill. I think this dress is so fun and feminine and flattering. I love the tiers. In terms of the material, it's like some like polyester blend, so nothing fancy here, but I think that it works. I have to kind of tack this in place because, like, you know, I do have a fuller bust, and otherwise this will kind of like just kind of gape open. But I think that if you you know, depending on your comfort level and your cleavage, you could definitely like leave that open, but I just like to tack mine here. But otherwise, I would feel comfortable wearing this to like an event, like if I had a summer wedding to go to, and you can really dress this up and make it look expensive with the right accessories. So this would look super cute with a pair of espadrilles, a nice straw hat, a cute straw bag or clutch. I think you could go pretty much anywhere in this. You could wear it for brunch, you could wear it to like a wedding or some sort of outdoor summery warm weather event. And you could even just throw on with sneakers and run like some white canvas sneakers and run around town and just do some errands and feel a little extra. Now this next dress I have sort of a love-hate relationship with. I absolutely love the style. I love this like subdued tie-dye pattern. Tie-dye is really, really in. And I think this is like a kind of a subtle nod to it. It doesn't look so like 60s and like what do you call it, psychedelic. I love it with these earrings that I got from Cult Gaia. This is like a new addition. So yeah, I love the dress. I love these little ties at the shoulder, but the quality, yeah, it's lackluster at best. So I think this is like, I mean, everything at SHEIN is pretty much under $20, so I mean, you get what you pay for. And in this case, it has a few issues. So number one, like it has this sheared bust, and as you can see, the stitching is like really wonky. Like you can kind of see it's like all uneven here. And then even right here, I washed it, and you can kind of see it's separating here at the bust. So I'm definitely gonna have to sew that before I leave out of the house. Like I would never wear this out like this, so I will sew it. And then also, the very first time that I wore this dress, it ripped. So I had it on, it's quite long, so I'm wearing, you know, it's a pretty substantial heel. So I like to wear maxi dresses with flats and just kind of have it skim the ground when I walk. So that was a terrible idea with this dress. So I think I actually wore this with like a little tiny kitten heel, and it got caught in the dress. So like the very first time I wore it, I was like doing a twirl, taking some photos, and I just heard this huge rip. Luckily you couldn't see it, and I was able to salvage it. So here you can kind of see where I had to do a little DIY triage on my dress and sew it up. But because there's so much fabric in the dress, like when I wear it, you can't see that at all. Like, I don't think anyone would notice it. I even had trouble looking for the stitch just now, just to show you guys. So that being said, you know, awful quality, but I just think it's so pretty, this dress. I love it. And I will continue to wear it until basically it falls apart on me, which might not be far from now. This dress I was not impressed with at all when I first took it out of the package. I'm not gonna lie, it was like a wrinkled hot mess, and I almost was like, oh, this is not gonna work out. But once I ironed it and cut away all the loose threads, it really came together, and I wound up loving it. Yes. So I wore this one on vacation when I went to Ireland, and then I've also worn it in the winter and the fall with like a turtleneck underneath, and sometimes I like to swap out the belt that it came with like my black Gucci belt. Really helps to elevate this look. So in terms of quality, like I mentioned, the loose threads, you will see that a lot with items that you get from SHEIN, but you know, just going with a pair of sharp shears, hit it with a hot iron to get all the wrinkles out, and then you can like really see what you're working with. So this dress I think is so cute. I love the cold shoulder detail. even though I know that's kind of like played out now. Is it played out? I don't know, but I feel like I like this. It's a nice classic silhouette with like this double-breasted sort of, it's kind of like a trench coat, but in a dress, which I like. And I like that you can layer it and make it work for different seasons. This color I think is great, this like khaki color. It's made out of this cotton poplin. It's very thin, so it's not going to keep you warm. Like, I think I would layer it with like tights and definitely like a turtleneck underneath if you wanted to wear it in the fall and maybe in the winter with like a big coat on over it. But in the summer and the spring, it works perfectly because it's very lightweight. I love the length. I'm 5'7", so you can see where it hits on me. So if you're shorter, you might want to have it, take it to a tailor and have them hem it, kind of maybe chop off a couple of inches so it would look cute. I think this would look cute as a short dress too. Yeah, I like this one. This one is definitely a winner. And I've seen like different iterations of this dress and like different colors and whatnot. So I'll see what I can find on the SHEIN site, which is kind of overwhelming to navigate sometimes, but I'll see what I can find for you guys. So this next dress I am quite fond of, and I actually can't wait till the weather warms up a bit so I can wear this one. This is like the perfect spring dress. I love it. I actually wore this when I first got it. I hosted an event at Google. I belong to a women's organization, and we hosted this wonderful event at Google, and I felt very confident and cute wearing this on stage at a women's business event. So in terms of the quality, it's like this thin cotton material, so it's very light and airy. I told you guys that I like to get my wrap dresses like a size up. So this is either all extra large or maybe even extra large, just because I like that extra material to be able to wrap things around and make sure I don't have, you know, any flyaways or wardrobe malfunctions. But yeah, I love it. I love the little stripes with the floral detail. I love these sleeves, which I think are very feminine. And it's just a really cute dress. Don't really have much else to say about it, except that I love it. So this next dress is very similar to the one I just showed you. I think I got these in the same package. They're very similar dresses, but I like the other one so much more. I actually probably would have sent this back, but I think it was only like $11 or something, so I didn't think it was worthwhile. So I kept it. It's a pretty dress, don't get me wrong. The thing I don't like about it, the other one is a true wrap style dress. This is more of a faux wrap. So I don't think it's as flattering in the bust or the waistline because it's not as adjustable as the other one. I'm wearing like the worst bra with this. And then also too, I don't know, the sleeves. Like the other one had that like poofy sleeve, which I think was just like a little bit more modern, a little bit more, I don't know, fashion forward. This one I think is a sweet dress to wear again to like church. If Easter Sunday coming up, and I could definitely see myself wearing this. Again with like a cute little straw handbag, maybe a cute hat or something to maybe zhuzh this up a little bit more. Again, it's a cute dress. I don't see myself reaching for it nearly as often as the other one, but that being said, I do like it. So yeah. I feel like if the other one is in the wash, this is a good alternative. This is another one of those dresses that I have mixed feelings about. So you guys know I love vintage style, and this just gave me 50s vibes. And I thought it was just so cute and feminine and flirty. I love dresses like this. The pattern, this yellow color, I think is so fun and just lifts your spirits, which we can all use a little bit of right now. And then I pair it with these yellow gingham sandals that also make my feet happy. I got these from J. Crew, and they're made of this nice thick silk shantung material. So on to the things that I don't love about it. This like triple strap here, I don't know, this kind of gave me some problems. I had to kind of put a stitch in here on both sides to hold it in place because I kept finding that this strap on the end would kind of fall off, and that drove me nuts. So I tacked that into place, just like a couple stitches, and that worked out. This bow here like does nothing. It looks cheesy to me, and I keep meaning to take a seam ripper and just get rid of it altogether. I just haven't gotten around to it, but it's just kind of hanging on by a little thread here, so I think that would be easy enough to remove as long as I stop being lazy and just get around to it. The material, it's made out of this really stiff cotton that I was not expecting. It's almost like a tablecloth. So the good thing about it is that when I do iron it and starch it, like I hit it with a steamer for this video, but if I iron and starch it, like it's not gonna get wrinkled at all. It's just gonna kind of stick out and kind of stand straight, which I'm not mad at, but I just wasn't expecting that. I thought it would be like a more soft, like a softer, looser type of cotton. So that was just, you know, neither here nor there. But yeah, it's a cute dress, a fun dress. I could definitely see wearing this on a picnic would be amazing. And then if Disney World ever reopens, I think this would be such a fun, cute dress to wear in Magic Kingdom. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but like I'm obsessed with Disney World. Like I love Disney World. I've been like maybe 6 or 7 times. And my favorite trips have probably been like as an adult going to Disney World. I can't wait to take Christian. So yeah, just a little aside in case you guys didn't know that about me. But yeah, a fun dress, a few tweaks that I had to make, like again, sewing the straps together so they don't fall off. And then eventually when I get around to it, getting rid of this little bow here. But there you have it. I can't even tell you guys how much I wore this dress last summer. In terms of cost per wear, this dress is free now. My husband, I'm sure he was sick of this damn dress last year because I just ran it into the ground, but it's so comfortable. Oh, I love it. It just like has this stretchy bodice. Yes, this dress is just super comfortable. I just found myself reaching for it, especially like on those really super hot, muggy, sticky, sweaty days when you don't want anything like touching your skin. This dress is where it was at. It also comes in like a pale pink and a white color as well. If they have it this year, I'm probably gonna get one, if not both, because I just, like I said, I wore this dress into the ground. But it has this sheared bust line. And in terms of the material, it's kind of like this, I don't know if it's like a cottony or like a polyester blend, but it's very lightweight and airy. I love the length, like midi length dresses are probably my favorite because I'm usually running after a toddler. And sometimes if my skirt is too short or whatever, and I have to like bend over and like pick him up, you know, it's like easy to have my business hang out in the street. But this dress is perfect. It goes with a variety of shoes, so I can wear like canvas sneakers if I want to dress it down, or I could do a little heel like this. I've worn it with like a big floppy straw hat for a more dramatic look. I've worn it with my Chanel pumps and like a little cardigan. This thing is just very versatile, so I'm definitely going to stock up in more colors if they have it this year, which I'm sure they do. This is like a pretty classic style for SHEIN. But yeah, I think this is definitely probably one of my top 3 buys in terms of how much wear I've actually gotten out of it. So I can't say enough good things about this one. But I mean, you know, the quality thing, I will tell you that I wore this a lot, and it still looks pretty much like when I first bought it. But it does have this little problem here where you can see like little loose strings that sometimes happens. So again, before I go out of the house with this, I would definitely like cut that, clip it away so you wouldn't see it. But otherwise, yeah, very pleased with this purchase. This is another floral dress that I got a lot of wear out of last summer. And, you know, florals for spring, groundbreaking. But what I like about this one, a couple of things. I think that this little ruffle detail at the shoulder is super cute and kind of adds a little extra something. And then I love the contrast. So if this was just all like this white background with florals, I think it would be kind of boring, but I feel like this contrasting black belt and a little border at the bottom kind of gives a little extra zhuzh. So I'm quite digging that look. And yeah, if I wasn't wearing that black dress, I was probably wearing this one like weekly, these 2 dresses throughout summer 2019. That's where it was at for me, and I'm not mad about it. When I find something I like, I will wear it into the ground. Like, no shame in my game about that. That's why I also buy things in multiples. So if I see this in a different color or a different pattern, don't be surprised if you see it again. Alright gang, this is probably one of my least favorite purchases from SHEIN. It's this floral maxi dress, and to be honest, the only reason I kept it is because it's one of the things that I bought right after I had Christian, and I was still trying to figure out my mom bod. So this dress fit, it was reasonably comfortable. At the time, I was like, you know, what more can you ask for? I have since come to embrace my mom bod, and I know that I deserve better. You guys deserve better. So we've since moved on to bigger, better things. I think the thing that I really don't like about this dress, it was two things. Number one, it had this like cheesy faux drawstring here with like tassels hanging off it. So I caught that off as soon as I bought this. And then the second thing I don't like, and I might do something about it, the sleeves. I just think these sleeves are so dowdy. So I've contemplated maybe making it cap sleeves, because right now I just feel like this is like a grandma length, this like right at the elbow. I don't know, it's just not really doing me any favors. So I think making it a cap sleeve dress would make it a lot more youthful and fun, and I might reach for this more. This would be a great dress to wear like on vacation. And you can even like undo the buttons. Can you undo these buttons? Yes. You can undo the buttons and maybe make it a cute like beach cover up. But again, with these sleeves, I don't know. But yes, I do reach for this sometimes just when I have nothing to wear and like everything's kind of dirty and I don't really have time to think, because I don't like to waste outfits if I can help it. But yes, I want to end on a positive note, so I'm saving the best for last, and stay tuned because it's gonna be a good one. Gang, so with this last piece, I wanted to save the best for last. I love this dress so flippin' much, and I think it was an awesome steal. You get a lot of dress for 20 bucks. I was not expecting this to be so cute, and I love it so much. So I had a black and white event to go to last year, and I bought this dress and was like crossing my fingers that it would work. One of my favorite Instagrammers showed it on her Insta stories, and I was like, oh my god, I have to have that. And I was a little nervous because she's like quite a bit smaller than me, so I wasn't sure if it would work out or look the same on me. But yeah, I am in love. I think that this dress looks a lot more expensive than what it was. I think it was like 20 something bucks, and you know, it has these tiers. It's quite forgiving in the tummy area with the ampere waist. I love the little short sleeves. I love the polka dots. With the right like accessories and whatnot, you can really dress this up and make it look a lot more expensive. I also love the length. Like I mentioned to you guys, I'm 5'7", and I'm wearing it with like these heels, and you can see it like it almost comes to the floor on me. So I was very, very happy. I was able to wear this to like a kind of a semi-formal, well, it was a formal-ish event. So I got so many compliments, and no one knew that I was wearing a $20 dress. All right, guys, that is a wrap. Definitely let me know down in the comments what your favorite pieces were. I love to hear you guys' feedback. And as always, thank you so much for listening to me talk about clothes, and especially at a time like this. For those of you who don't know, I am in New York City, and we are on our 4th week of lockdown. So it's crazy out there. It's scary. But for the most part, my husband, my son, Christian, and I, we are all surviving and, you know, thriving as much as we can, enjoying our time as a family together. And definitely one of my bright spots is bringing this content to you guys, interacting with you both in the comments here and also over on my Instagram. I love to hear from you guys. If there's something that you want me to do a video on, let me know down in the comments, because I got time. Actually, to be honest, I'm quite busy, like between taking care of Christian, doing projects for like my clients on the side, and like cooking 3 meals a day for 3 people and cleaning the house top to bottom. Yeah, it's a lot. So this is like my escape and hopefully it is for you guys too. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And until next time, stay classy and stay fabulous.